Well, you have to raise a lot of money. That's very important. But I think the most important thing for the new chairman is to build upon the successes we had this year.
And welcome back to This Week in Pennsylvania. That was Rob Gleason, the former chair of the statewide Republican Party. We are joined by the newly elected chair of the statewide Republican Party, State Senator Greg Rothman. No pressure, as he just said. All you got to do is raise money and continue on the successes of the recent election, which you won every statewide race in that one, and a red wave hit. So how do you do that?
Yeah, it was the best election in my lifetime, best election for Republicans probably since 1866. But we have to build on it, and we have a great opportunity to build on it. We can still turn Pennsylvania into Ohio or Florida, a permanently red state.
What's job one?
Raising money and uniting the party. And we've gone a long ways toward that. I've been traveling the state for the last 8 weeks. I'm going to continue to travel the state and bring Republicans together. And also we have to reach out to independents too and keep that Trump coalition together.
What's the priority level of finding somebody to run against Governor Josh Shapiro, who by all accounts seems like a very popular governor, a pretty formidable foe?
Yeah, right now our priority is registering Republicans. We're less than 100,000 votes away, registered voters away from having parity with the Democrats. When I started in politics, it was 1.5 million Democratic advantage. So we're going to do that this year. We're going to elect some judges this year, and then we're going to find a good candidate to challenge Josh Shapiro.
Let's talk about those judges, because some Republicans complained that it was 10 years ago. They felt Republicans were a little asleep at the switch. 3 Democrats won. They control the state Supreme Court I'm talking about. 3 of those judges, Kevin Dougherty, David Wecht, and Christine Donahue, are up for retention. We are hearing there's going to be quite a fight. Now, normally Supreme Court justices easily win retention. Only 1 is lost. How much are you going to challenge those?
Well, it's up to the voters. I mean, look, we live in a democracy where people get to vote, one person, one vote, and they're going to have a chance to vote whether or not it's okay for liberal judges to legislate. And if any of those justices wanted to legislate, they should have run for the legislature like me, instead of trying to make laws from the bench. So we're going to see. We're going to see what the appetite is for the voters and whether or not they think it's okay for the Supreme Court to overstep their bounds.
Which of those 3 Supreme Court justices, Dougherty, Wecht, Donahue, is most vulnerable in your opinion?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they're all, certainly they all have issues. During their campaigns, they talked about redistricting and gerrymandering, and yet sort of sat on their hands in the most recent redistricting.
After Donald Trump won in 2016, Democrats retook Congress in 2018. There was a mini blue wave then. That's not unusual. But how concerned are you now that everything that Trump is doing might be controversial? There could be blowback in the election in 2 years.
Yeah, except for he's delivering on his promises, and we're seeing positive changes already. And, you know, the exposure that Doge and Elon Musk has shown, that the amount of money being wasted and the amount of money being spent, whether it's USID or just hundreds of thousands of federal employees not showing up to work and working from home. And we have the same issue in Pennsylvania. I mean, we are spending a lot of money. That's the taxpayers' money. And I think the message was clear in November. We don't want any more of this printing money and spending money. It causes inflation, and we want to get the economy going.
You were elected chair pretty handily in the vote, but there were some people in the party openly critical of you. They even wrote letters to that effect. You mentioned unifying the party. How do you do that? And what's your message to them?
Yeah, look, skepticism, debate. The Republican Party is all about debate. We encourage that. And I encourage the skepticism, and I encourage the debate. And that's what campaigns are for. But we're already united. And I've already received phone calls from most of the people that opposed me or didn't support me, saying they're looking forward to working together. And so I'll earn their support, and we stay united.
Last question. One of the criticisms is you're a full-time senator. How could you possibly do the time-consuming work of being the statewide party chair? Well, on the Democratic side, the statewide Democratic chair is Sharif Street, your colleague. We did catch up with him this week to ask what he thinks about the fact that they elected you. Here's that soundbite.
Yeah, I've talked to Greg. He's a good guy. I think Republicans made a wise choice. I would prefer they make unwise choices going forward.
Reaction to that?
Oh, I like Senator Street too. And look, you drive across the Harvey Taylor Bridge. He was party chairman for 16 years and a state senator. And my first party chairman I worked for was a guy named Earl Baker, state chairman. And Ronald Reagan, when he became president in 1980, picked a Senator, Paul Laxalt, to be national chairman. So I can do both jobs. I've proven that I can do more than one thing at
We just
once.
won't introduce chewing gum into that or juggling.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for being with us.
Dennis.
Good luck
Thanks
to you, Greg Rothman, a new statewide party chair. Stay with us. Much more This Week in Pennsylvania coming right up.